Our world is littered with a plethora of insane geographical masterpieces. From structures towering into the sky to great mysteries of the underworld, Mother Nature has a way of catching our gaze and leaving us bewildered each time we think we are familiar enough with her. In today's video, we take you through the top 10 amazing natural wonders of the world. Number 10. Pamukkale. Pamukkale literally means cotton castle. The Turks named it due to its resemblance to white cotton plantations and mountain slopes. But the most unique attraction here is the travertine terraces. Its unique travertine terraces were created by 17 separated hot springs that are rich in calcium. For several thousand years, the hot springs deposited calcium to the terraces, creating the iconic view of the travertine pools you see. With the breathtaking allure of the sacred pool, also known as Cleopatra's Pool, in Pamukkale, over 2.5 million annual visitors are drawn to the marvel of nature. This is by far the most visited site in Turkey. You can also visit the ruins of the ancient Greco-Roman city of Hierapolis, which was a healing center for the Romans. Number 9. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the most popular but not the highest mountain on Earth. It is, however, the highest point on Earth above sea level. Did you know that the average cruising height of a commercial aircraft is 30,000 feet? For context, the peak of Mount Everest is 29,030 feet, and it grows about 16 inches every century. It costs at least $30,000 and at least 40 to 50 days to reach the peak of the mountain. Dead bodies are a common sight when climbing the mountain, but one man has got quite a knack for the world's highest point. Kami Rita, a Sherpa, has scaled the mountain an unbelievable record 28 times. Lakpa Gelu, another Sherpa climber, holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest climbing of Mount Everest, with 10 hours 56 minutes in May 2003. Although many veteran climbers dispute this claim, it remains the world record. Number 8. Lake Hiller. Measuring about 2,000 feet in length and about 820 feet in width, Lake Hiller might appear to be the size of a pond, but it remains one of the strangest ponds in the world. Not just because of its distinct pinkish color, but also its high salt content. Lake Miller is 10 times saltier than the ocean seawater, making it saltier than the Dead Sea and one of the saltiest lakes in the world. Despite these high contents, it's safe to swim in Hiller, but you'll have to obtain a permit from the Western Australia Department of Environment Conservation. The fascinating lake with pink color is separated from the ocean by just a few sand dunes. Interestingly, the only living thing in Lake Hiller are microorganisms, such as archaea and extremophile bacteria. Did you know that if you took out water from Lake Hiller, it would remain pink? One question on everyone's mind is, how do you have a pink lake in the middle of an archipelago on the south coast of Western Australia? Well, that's because the pinkish color is due to the presence of a unique red algae known as Dunaliella salina. Number 7. Niagara Falls. Over 8 million visitors pour in annually to see the 5 Great Lakes, which are the world's largest freshwater system, pay homage and empty into the Niagara River, which creates this iconic fall. Niagara Falls is not actually a single waterfall, but a collection of 3 waterfalls. The American Falls on the US side, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls, which is the largest of the 3 falls. Over 28 million liters of water rush through these falls per minute. The significance of the Niagara is beyond its aesthetical geology. Niagara Falls is one of the world's greatest sources of hydroelectric power. It also generates electricity for neighboring states such as New York. Legendary physicist Nikola Tesla created one of the world's first hydroelectric power plants in Niagara. Niagara Falls is the source of 20% of America's drinking water. Now that's amazing. Number 6. Amazon Rainforest. This is by far the world's largest forest and a true wonder of Mother Nature. The Amazon spans 8 countries in South America. It's as large as the continent USA and twice the size of India. As far as life is concerned, the Amazon rainforest is the most diverse place for plants, animals, and humans on our planet, with over 10% of living species on Earth calling this forest home. More interestingly, the Amazon preserves some of the world's purest people and over 300 indigenous tribes. Over 300 indigenous languages are spoken by over 2 million inhabitants of the Amazon, and about 50 of these tribes have never had contact with the world. With an estimated 80,000 plant species, the Amazon is a reservoir for medicinal plants, which is about 25% of modern drugs. Given that only 5% of plant species in the Amazon have been explored for medicinal purposes, you can only wonder if the cure for cancer lies somewhere in Brazil. Number 5. Grand Canyon. With an estimated 1,000 caves hidden beneath the historic structure, the Grand Canyon has the utmost significant geological and archaeological history. Less than half of these caves, 335, have been explored, yet the Grand Canyon remains one of the most studied landscapes on Earth. While it's not the largest or deepest canyon in the world, it was very significant to understanding a mysteriously missing period in the history of mankind known as the Great Unconformity. The massive landscape measures 1,904 square kilometers and is a mile deep. It is so large that you can have different weathers at the north and south rim, which is a 4-hour drive away from each other. Over 5 million visitors troop in to see the Timeline Reservoir every year. President Theodore Roosevelt, who protected the area, famously remarked, "Leave it as it is. You cannot improve on it. The ages have been at work on it, and man can only mar it." Number 4. Waitomo Caves. Waitomo means waterhole. Mother Nature, through volcanic and geological activity, and her child Gnat combined spectacularly here to form arguably the most beautiful cave you'll ever see. The inside of the cave is made of stalactites, stalagmites, and other limestone formations, dripping deposits from the ceiling of the cave. They take centuries to form, so touching the caves is highly discouraged. While you can't touch the walls of the Waitomo Caves, you can keep in touch with us by subscribing to our channel for more amazing content. The secret to the amazing glowing nature of this cave is not a worm but a unique species of gnat, known as Arachnocampa luminosa. Their maggot larval state glows to give a magical, mystical, and majestical luminescence inside the cave. Adult glowworms have a very short lifespan of 2 to 6 days, hence they must continuously lay eggs and continuously find mates to procreate in their short life, which means as long as they exist, the Waitomo Caves will always be lit up. Number 3. Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal holds 4 world records in the lake category. Existing for over 25 million years, this is the world's oldest lake. The lake contains over 23,815 cubic kilometers of water and has a surface of 31,722 square kilometers, making it the world's largest lake by volume. At a depth of over 5,300 feet, it is the world's deepest lake. The water below can be seen up to 130 feet, making it the clearest lake on the planet. At incredible depths, the lake retains oxygen levels, allowing marine life to thrive here. Baikal holds over 20% of the world's total unfrozen freshwater, which is more than the 5 Great Lakes combined. It is commonly referred to as the Galapagos of Russia. When the water of the lake freezes, it forms unique crystal-clear ice sheets that can be 5 feet thick, as well as rock formations that can be seen from the surrounding 27 islands. Over 3,700 species of plants and animals call this place home. 2/3 of these species cannot be found anywhere else in the world, making Baikal very important to understand evolution. Today, the world's oldest, largest, deepest, and clearest lake is known as the Pearl of Russia, and you can understand why. Number 2. Great Barrier Reef. Australia may be known as a harbor for some of nature's rarest gifts and a wildlife resort of some sort. But the Great Barrier Reef is arguably nature's greatest gift to Australia. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers across more than 600 islands and covering an area of around 340,000 square kilometers, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest living structure on Earth. It's well visible from outer space. The world's largest reef system with over 2,900 unique reefs and is home to over 1,650 species of fish, 600 types of corals, 200 species of birds, and over 30 species of dolphins and whales. Every year, over 2 million tourists visit the Great Barrier Reef, which is the only place that houses 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. In recent times, the Australian government is taking several measures to preserve this treasure of Mother Nature. Finally, number 1. Aurora Borealis. The name Aurora was derived from the Roman goddess of dawn, Aurora, while Borealis is the Greek name for north wind. This name was given by Galileo Galilei. These iconic lights occur when charged particles from the sun reach the Earth. This distorts the Earth's magnetic field. The collision of these particles with our magnetic field is responsible for the northern lights. No two northern light displays are the same. The color and patterns are always unique. Did you know that the International Space Station sits just above the same altitude as the northern lights, which means astronauts can also see these marvels? Now, let's do some myth-busting. Contrary to the belief that the northern lights are only visible sometimes, they're always there. But the sky conditions may not allow them to be visible. They are best visible when dark. The best place to view them is in Nordic cities such as Reykjavik in Iceland and Svalbard in Norway. But they can also be seen in Canada, Russia, and Alaska in the US. It's best to use your camera, which is more sensitive than your retina, to capture the colors properly. The lights occur over 80 kilometers above ground level, and one single sighting can become a lifelong memory. That's it for today, guys. See ya!